Shakespearean sonnets. It was in the 14th century in Italy that the poet Petrarch started sonnets, and he popularized sonnets. Renaissance started in Italy, so it started early there. It was the beginning of Renaissance in Italy when Petrarch started writing these 14-line poems. And Petrarch wrote this sonnet in octave and sestet. The first stanza was called octave, and it had 8 lines. The second stanza is called sestet, S-E-S-T-E-T, and it comprises of 6 lines. So that is Petrarchan sonnet, and that is how he wrote it. And there is a volta in sonnet. Volta means turn around. That's the flair of the sonnet. That poet says something entirely opposite to what he has been saying earlier. So he changes the stance and says something else. That's volta. So he wrote in iambic pentameter. So that is how Petrarch wrote his sonnets and popularized them. Now, William Shakespeare in the Elizabethan period in England changed sonnet. He made it of 3 quatrains, 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 3 stanzas of 4 lines each and 1 concluding couplet. That's how Shakespeare wrote his sonnets. And he used volta. Sometimes he reversed the thought, and sometimes he did not reverse the thought. Both ways. Sometimes he just concluded the whole thing in the concluding couplet, and sometimes he changed the thought process. And therefore he gave an entirely new form to sonnet. Sonnet looked so new and so changed and much more systematic and much more logical, much more flowing. Shakespeare made sonnet his own medium of poetry. I think it was in 1609 that 154 Shakespearean sonnets were published for the first time. Thorpe, I think Thorpe, Thorpe. Thorpe. He was the publisher. So Shakespearean sonnets, it has been one of my favorite topics for teaching all these 30 years, and especially the themes. The themes of Shakespearean sonnets are so rich. They are so good, and I feel that Shakespeare wrote sonnets for the time to come. He wanted to be remembered as a poet. He took his poetic craft very seriously when he was writing sonnets, because in plays he had to write according to the character. He had to write according to the temperament of the character, the situation of the whole play, the situation, that particular situation. And that's how he created round characters, and that's how, that's why he's the master there. So the themes of the sonnets he chose very carefully. Naturally, now he's remembered more as a dramatist, because there you find the exuberant Shakespeare experimenting, even flamboyant at times, and he's so, the whole kaleidoscope of life is there, and Shakespeare is in his true colors in his plays and untamed. So definitely he is remembered more as a dramatist, but he took his art as a poet very seriously when he was writing sonnets. And this shows particularly in the themes that he chose, in the themes that he selected for his sonnets. And the first theme, the most important theme, is ravages of time. Shakespeare is forever you see, concerned how time flies. How life is so fleeting, it just goes away. Before I say I, the time passes. मैं बोलता हूँ तब तक समय निकल जाता है. I think it is 138, sonnet number 138, where he says, I say I and the time flies. It is, I think, in 73, sonnet number 73, where he refers to his life as yellow leaves hanging on a bough. So, ravages of time, how perspectives change, how our attitude changes, and how that energy and how that emotions and everything. So he's much concerned about the ravages of time. The next theme, or an equally important theme you can say, is that of platonic love and versus the physical love, because Fair Youth sonnets and the Dark Lady sonnets, they are so important. They are so very important in the whole this range of Shakespearean sonnets. And we have the Dark Lady sonnets. And this is a good answer to those who say that Shakespeare was partial to his white characters in his plays, and so many charges, people put against him. Here he is celebrating a dark lady. And all the research shows that she was of Mediterranean descent, or she was an African. A very strong theory goes that she was an African. So here is the master poet celebrating the Dark Lady. One after another, there are so many, I think 127 to 154, we have Dark Lady sonnets. And it's Shakespeare is in such a sensitive and such a touching mode, and full of love, and he's totally, I think it is sonnet number, I remember, let me see. My favorite lies with the sonnet number 148. Where that is my favorite, because there he is venting it out like anything. What has happened to my vision, and this lady has put new eyes into my head. I have lost all my judgment. He's मतलब उसका पूरा दिमाग खराब हो चुका है. He is so angry with himself, and it's such a touching sonnet. It's a very beautiful sonnet. I think it's the best one. 148, sonnet number 148. So we have sonnets after sonnets where William Shakespeare is celebrating the Dark Lady. And there is no hiding the fact that Shakespeare led a very colorful life. Shakespeare had a night life also. He had friends, he had associations, he had enemies also, and he kept meeting people. That was the intake. That is how his poetry and his dramas are so lively. Because if you live in a bubble, if you're cut off from the general public, then you are phony. You get to become fake, because you have no connection to real life. And this is something which William Shakespeare always did. He mixed with people, and that's how he kept himself so lively. So the Dark Lady sonnets are important, the mysterious lady, and Shakespeare's expression of love there. Apart from this, Shakespeare is always the theme. One of the themes of the sonnets is how he is unhappy with human greed. Forever he is saying that इसने यो चालू है इंसान, why a human being deceives, and I have been deceived, and why I have been deceived, and why people cheat each other, and that is again another range of sonnets where selfishness and human greed is discussed. And then we see the master, the bard, questioning himself. In so many sonnets, Shakespeare is inadequacy. Like, I am a fool, and I am boring, and I am not sufficient, and I am not able to catch her attention, and so, and it's again another range of the master there, another color, another hue there, where he's talking that he's not adequate, he's questioning himself. We see William Shakespeare doubting himself, questioning him. That is human charm, because none of us are perfect and none of us need to be perfect, and acceptance of our imperfection is one of the best thing that a poet or a person or a human being can do. And there we see in the sonnets, we see William Shakespeare doing that. So this is how it goes. William Shakespeare created a new form with sonnet. He changed sonnet forever, and he infused rich, beautiful, varied themes into the poems, and they are timeless jewels, masterpieces. Thank you.